Hi there. Look on the image on the left. My daughter is currently visiting the south of Italy, all the way down in Puglia, together with her friend. They are visiting the parents, mother and father-in-law of the newly to be wedded husband. And look what has been hiding in the garage for 20 years. So that's the image on the left that my daughter sent me these days, and the image on the right is what I always been dreaming of. And therefore it was such an amazing coincidence to see what I found this morning in one of the supermarkets here in Turkey, super malls, already dug out. Really brand new Fiat Abarth 695 casting. I don't know what they call it. 605, that's weird. Oh, 605 Fiat 500D Modificado. Yes, it's modified, that's for sure. Okay, I think this stands for some of the most extreme versions ever made, probably by Abarth, I would say. Anyway, it's a cool little casting. I will definitely do something out of it, and let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna get rid of is, I'm wondering, is this all in the picture? Looks pretty good. The first thing that I'm going to work on is this red anodization on the wheels. Needs to go. This has nothing to do with 1965, so it will disappear. I hope that this is the way this will work. I'm not quite sure what is inside this little bottle. I think it is a nail varnish remover, so left by one of my students, and I don't know what they were fiddling with. So this is coming off. Is it coming off? Is it coming off? That's always my first go-to tool. So why does this have black stuff on it? Not happening. Okay. This is, oh yeah, now it's becoming silver. Well, that's good. That's good. Okay, it's coming. No, it's coming. I'm not sure why. Yep, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not sure why I have some black residue on my earbud. Do not know. But definitely the front wheel looks better already. There's a little bit of less red. I don't think I want black wheels on this car. That wasn't what I have done today. I'm going to make them silver in a minute, but first it is better to get rid of this red. Too much red, it's not very helpful. So I'm just making it a little bit less red. That's probably as far as I want to go. Okay. Already looks better. Much better. Okay. Do that on all four wheels. This particular nail varnish remover, or what I think is nail varnish remover, it stinks pretty bad of oranges. Not in a good way. Not in a good way. And I do not get why this is becoming black, but brush remover, so it'll be this stuff for now. Okay. Okay, so this is the fiddling done. Close this smelly stuff. Oh, this is giving me some gray rims. That's weird. But not very good. So, let's get rid of this smelly thing here. And then we shall try to definitely not a good effect. Maybe a good effect for something else. Bringing it back. This is a good effect for some aged tires. So I'm going to put it on the tire. Tires plural, so they look a little bit less shiny. Now that's interesting. We're getting some matte finish grayish tires that are no longer glossy, as if they've been running through some kind of sand. Dust. Cool. Interesting. Interesting. So here you go. I think what we have here is not nail varnish, it's not acetone, because acetone doesn't do this. In the worst case, we have wasted €1.70 on a trip to the supermarket. That could be. I'm thinking now. I think about bronze colored wheels. Yes, that's the bronze. Bronzy. Okay, here's a wheel that still needs a little bit more attention. So yeah, I just changed my mind. I will not make this wheel silver. I will make these wheels bronze. As in like the vintage old Italian magnesium sort of often used brown metallic. So here we go. So not silver. Let's go to plan B. Here's my two options. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? It's not. 1, 1, 1, 2. Paintbrush. Paintbrush. And the little stick. Okay, here's my two. This is better. This is more bronze. Let's do that. I'm wondering. Oh yeah, the wheels are attached to the chassis, so we'll separate the casting first. Okay, head off all the way around. We'll need that later for clearancing the front fender. Need a bit of a tool for this. To those who care to know, this was a 4.5mm drill. And I apologize, I need to vacuum clean it before I can continue. Let's have a look at our wheels. I think weathered would be a good way to describe this. I still have some shiny tires. I will sand them down a little bit later. So let's get this apart. Some kind of leverage. How can I get that? So it clips in the front. Seems to be that the whole. Can I get in there? Like so, maybe. Yes. Okay. Okay. That's that. Coming. She's coming. All right. So here we have a case of okay. Don't think I'll do anything for the moment with this part. We might look into how this sits on here. Oh, right, there you go. This is how we might be able to be lowering this. I see. The main thing for lowering this cast, and I don't need, is obviously this locates in the front via the chassis. The oil cooler is located into the upper casting, so I don't think we have a clearance issue. It's just a positioning issue, first of all. I will rework the wheel arches. I will file this hole so that the chassis moves up the way, and okay, there's some locate the pins where the interior sits on these, so that's probably sitting on here. So if I sand them down, that'll bring up the whole thing. That might be it. Oh no, it's not. They avoid it, so it sits on the left and on the right. So it sits on the body. So we need to sand this down. Where else do you touch? Up there. We'll try. The first thing that I like to do now is deal with my wheels. That's the first thing I want to do. Can't remember the last time I used this paint. Maybe I never did. Maybe this is some leftover from a long time ago. I can't remember. Okay, so let me just give this a very thorough mixing. This paintbrush is at the moment is quite hard, which is fine. Sometimes that's exactly what you need. Have a look. Works. It's not covering very well. But that's okay. We'll go over it in a couple of times do the center and the spokes, and then the rim. Slowly. Slowly build it up. Not sure where all of the metal particles are trying to hide. But the last thing I want is to feel like this, feel as if it's been bathed in paint. Yep, I want this to be relatively subtle and aged. Working, getting there. I'm using a rather hard paintbrush, not because I made it hard. It's, in this case, the reasoning for the hard paintbrush is that I am struggling to find proper paint thinner, correct paint thinner for this kind of paint. Plural. I would use nitro thinner if I was in Germany, but I haven't found that yet. The little DIY store along the road doesn't have it, and I have one more idea about another shop that I will go to ask. So I'm going to keep doing this until I get the right degree of coverage. Okay, I am pretty sure that my stick is now dry, and I will leave it like that. And start again. I'm dragging this paintbrush and using the little bit of paint that's on the side. I'm focusing on the rim. The rest is a waste product. And we're really getting there. It's better to have too little, and that I might have achieved now, than too much for me. So last one. Good. I will call it a day. me show you. That's my result. So it's very dark, it's faintly copper colored, and by the time I will add some dust powders on it, it will be perfectly perfect for giving the impression of having a bronze wheel. It's shiny at the moment and we want it non-shiny, so we will do that with the powders. I'm aware of the lighting is a bit of an issue. Okay, so that's it. Bronze wheel. By the time I add the powders, I will be nice and matte finished. So, time to wash the paintbrush. With whatever inferior methods I have. This is softening it though, so but it's so dirty, I really need to make an effort and buy some paint thinners. This is a good one, I think. If it was nitro thinners, it would not leave my paintbrush harder. And yet I just used the fact that this was dried out hard. It has to do possibly with my solutions here not being clear anymore. That's that. So put this away. So that's the paintbrush action done. What do we do next? Let's look into lowering this thing. What does it take to lower it? Maybe something else first. If you look at that, almost looks as if the front wheel arches are wider than the front ones. I do not like that, so let's get this down a bit. So sanding action is coming our way. What we have here is some incredibly useful tool. Used this plenty, you might have seen it before in other videos. But before I go there, this actually is a yellow metallic. There's a depression in the roof here. So I'm thinking about cutting and opening. Actually, no. The Abarths didn't have a soft top. They were always... Okay, first thing, I want to focus on this here. So I'm going to sand this down. That is one of the easiest things for me to do. This is going to do something for us in the grand scheme of lowering it. And as you can see by the amount of sanding dust, I'm working forwards. And this will have some limitations. So I do not want to lose this connection. So, and this is actually not what we need anyway. But we're going to make it very thin. But I like to keep my cars strong so that they can actually be handled. So I will limit. So go for this one. I am only going to do the front one. There isn't too much we can do. But this is clearly the right tool. I want it to tuck in a little bit more. So that is how I am planning my movements. Let me show you. I think this is really doing what I wanted to do. Just looks a little better, I think. And I'll leave it at that for now. The rear I'll leave. What I want to be doing next is thin this out a little bit. This is too fat. Here's what I'm doing. I'm thinning out this humongously fat side profile. It shouldn't be flat. But I can't really do you have a round file. Yes, I do. Let's see. So we'll go for that later. First of all, bring this down. I'll go thin. This is a lot of work. A lot of work. Is it getting any better? Find an angle here first. Yeah, that helps more. That helps more. I like that. definitely helping, but I'm going to call it a day. Let me show you how this is improving things. I think we'll leave it at that. I think that's what we're going to do. Just a little better. Don't want to go with that, it's too imprecise. Don't like filing too much. So let's vacuum clean and scratch instead. We're continuing the lowering job by facilitating the wheels to drop up. I don't remember, I think it must have been that one. Too big. Let's start with this one anyway. I might have to adjust your angle over there because I want to work at the edge of my table. Alright, correct. Here we go. And zoom in. Not much I can do with that one here. Need to go for the smaller one. Okay. Let me show you what I'm doing here. Now here's the right side. I haven't worked on that. Because I pushed the surface inward, what you see has increased in size. So what I'm trying to do here is two things. I'm pushing it up so I can lower it, and I'm pushing it forward a bit, but not too much because I will rework this surface from the top as well. So this is basically almost done. I'm going to push it up a little bit more, and for the rear I'll just clean it out. I am changing direction of the tool now and then. That helps to make it more equal. I think the other direction is better for the tool not to come off. This direction. Call this a day with that one. Continue with the middle one. Yep. Results. Still massive. Not so. So I need to work a little bit more on that side. I'm going to change the tool. And I don't know what I can do for this not to slip out so much. Theoretically, there should be this bolt here that is holding it. So let's see whether this cheap little tool is just crap, and you know, whether you get 17 pieces of sandpaper is useless because the actual carrier is FT'd in no time. Let's see. It should cut a whole lot better because it's fresh. Where was it? This side. Okay. Here we go. That way. Seems like it. Still slipping. And this way is the wrong way. This was the wrong way too. Come on. There's nothing to be had from tightening that bolt. I still absolutely prefer the rotating tool compared to any other. What else would I have here? This is maybe Try one of those stones. Who knows? Plenty of tools, let's try them all out. No idea what this is supposed to be, but it feels like a stone, so let's see. Yeah, it's a stone. Does nothing. This does nothing. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking I'm gonna call this a day for now. The most important thing has been done. So we're going to move forward. Put this tool out of the way. What do we do next? File. The file. The good old file. This works, but I'm going to use some tape to protect. I make a vacuum cleaner, I just don't like to make myself dirty working on top of the mess. Oops, that's what the tape's for. I'm not protecting the paint, I'm protecting the casting. I don't want any scrapes and gouges that I will have to fix again. I'm not so sure if this is the perfect plan here. So let me try something else. I think it's too early for that tool. But the idea of a foam padded sandpaper is a good one. Just need to try this. I should really whatever. This is 240, it's a whole lot more sturdy, so that keeps more form, meaning I'm getting a nicer circle end result, circle-ish end result. Yeah. Well, this is still too far to go, so going through again. What do you see? I think you see that what I'm doing, I hope. try this way. Who said to me I have to do this, huh? This little casting, I just asked for it. Just like, please fix me. I mean, you people here at Hot Wheels, why didn't you get this right in the first place? I don't understand. Or do you do this so that we fiddlers will fiddle? I'll tell you what, something. I'm going to leave this in peace for the time being because I see where this goes, and I will now go into, first of all, I want to scrape free the window chrome. I want to do that. Okay, let's do that. I think the right one might be okay, but we really need to check it. I think it follows the kind of right sort of direction. I want to see whether we can get some headlamp chrome and maybe even some Fiat sign mustache. Not quite. So let's go a little bit more. Yep. Not like that. So that would be a blinker, a mustache, and can we get a headlamp? No, like that. So let's do verwurschtelt. Let's do this one. Okay, a mustache in chrome, a blinker, and some headlamps partially. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, that will be good. Let's work on the chrome first. See what we can dig out with this kind of process. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Okay, that's perfect. Minus the edges. Let's focus a bit on the edges. Haha, I just found my new favorite method for this. This is nice. Let's see what the rear window will give us. Okay. You know, if you do this with a designer's knife, you also get to it. But the surface is bad. So if you do it like that, you will get a better surface and some other things will be more smooth. And now if it's too much of a dip, there, have it. Nice. Okay, we got the front, the back window. Nice. Nice. Let's see what happens on the side windows. Okay. That's not going to be the window chrome, that is the rain gutter. Nice. You always see people using paint stripper to take the paint off, and then they repaint it on the same old bad surface. I always disagree to that. Because it doesn't improve the surface quality. You need to sand these things thoroughly, and just a little bit of feeling. They'll become so much better. You need to understand the surface. You need to understand what's happening and what's not happening. You need to play with your tools. Now this is 240, but it's very warm 240. What this gives me though immediately is surface imperfections on top. It's the first thing that I will take off. Features, of course. So watch out for your features. Do not destroy your features. Man, do I love a little Fiat 500, don't you? Such lovely little cars. So I'm really hoping that what my daughter has found there for me in Sicily, I can buy it. I'm really hoping to do so. And then this will be, I want to get into these vents down there. Nice. Maybe almost too much already. So what I'm doing here, quite obviously, I'm using the original paint as a primer. see why this shouldn't work, but we'll have to live with it if the paint that I'm going to put on top of it is going to react with this old paint. That is obviously the paint risk that I'm running here actively. I was so not wanting to go shopping today with my wife. And I was rewarded with this little lovely casting model. So go shopping with your wife, you people, especially if she has a voucher for some kind of shop and desperately wants to spend it. Then you should just go and help, shouldn't you? I have seen much worse castings, so it seems that the quality of castings is improving. Could that be HotWheel dudes? HotWheel people, do you confirm? I mean, you have some atrocious casts, and you know, I've been looking at this Opel Kadett by Matchbox. It's so terrible. As much as I would love to have a Opel Kadett and play with it and have a yellow and black one, rally Kadett as they were in my days. I mean, unobtainium for me back when. So therefore, dream car of today. I love this little sanding block. I'm going to take this off. Whatever that is. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I mean, using the original paint as a guide code is so unforgiving if you are using the right kind of process and you know what you're doing. Really helpful. So I don't know why people just use paint stripper, take it off. I mean, even if I'm going to be completely unlucky and I have a reaction, it's no big deal. I can still then paint strip it, but for now it's a useful tool. casting mark. Is that? No. Okay, now there's something you people should know. I have never, ever spent as much time working on perfecting a casting. I think I'm just totally excited by the prospect of owning a real Fiat 500. I mean, that, if I would have understood it back when, wasn't unaffordable or impossible for me. That was just something that I thought was just inferior. I had a Volkswagen Beetle. Man, was I a bigot. I could have had a Fiat 500 as my first car. But that is just life for you. You know, you can't know everything. You just need to earn it. You need to I don't know. Yeah, you need to make these experiences by making mistakes. So the only thing that I haven't now finalized, as far as I'm concerned, is the front fenders. I'm not going to go inside the window chrome, and I'm sanding it first. That's how I sand it. Nothing like a good surface for a good definition of shape and for a good paint job. So, what am I going to do here? It's vacuum clean. Wash your hands. Have a look.
Can I come?
Hang on, I'll just shut up this video. I'm going to take a pause, so talk to you later.